Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, 4D. Good evening, Viv.
Good evening, 4D. Good evening, Bronze.
It is Thursday, the 5th of February, 2026. Storm the Teacup, episode 51. What's new?
What's new, Pussycat?
What was that? Sorry?
He said, "What's new, Pussycat?"
Oh, right.
So
are we classing this as our year's celebration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this will be our 52nd week, I believe, because next week will be being the next week will be the year since our first episode. So I think next. So this will be the last one of this year. I think of our year, as it were.
Yes, and I was thinking about the mathematics because you said, "Oh, hang on, does that mean there's 53 weeks this year?" And I thought, actually, no, it's because it's that situation where because we do it on a Thursday, by the time it goes up, it's a couple of days later. I think it's just literally it'll be some paradox that because of when we started and when we're doing it, it's actually 52 weeks, but it looks like it's 53. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because I thought about it and came to the same conclusion.
Oh, right.
It is actually 52 weeks because of I'm just thinking I'm just losing a week because of the way, it's like the way we call this the 21st century, but it's only 20.
Exactly. That's exactly what made me think of it. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, next week will be our effectively the anniversary of our first published episode. So yeah, there you go.
Okay, good.
Well, I'd like to say what a strange place for us to be a year in, and probably the biggest news for me as to why we started doing this. I'm the Q man. I'm the QAnon. I found out and I was into it right from the beginning. And I was going to say, I think now, am I right in saying I can honestly say that it's obvious now that Q is a real thing?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I've never really doubted that.
I know you and I haven't. Yeah, that's why I posed it as a question. But I think I even looking through the Epstein files, QAnon, where have I written it down? It's mentioned. Oh, bugger me, I can't remember. Oh, there it is, 64 times. So, yeah, man. I think at the beginning of the Epstein files, I suddenly got really excited and this is it, the Q stuff. And then again, I calm down because I get stomach churned because I think about all the things I learned about during the 2017-18 Q days, and it makes me feel sick. It gives me a headache. I realised that kind of that joyous. Oh yeah, I was right. It's not so joyous when you go, oh my god, that means X, Y, Z, and oh my god, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but anything that's in the news, as you know, this is my thought, is meant to be there for a reason. It doesn't mean that it's being a revelation. They're doing this for a reason. Don't know quite what the reason is, really. They don't have to do it.
Well, I've had the same thoughts about this whole new flurry of Epstein documents and information. I haven't really bothered too much about it because the main things in the news over here, at least, are centering around Mandelson and the Andrew formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking, well, the focus of all of this Epstein stuff in our mainstream media is on those two. So there's probably those are probably not what the things that are worth looking at with regards to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because these are celebrities, and it's little more than celebrity tittle tattle. I don't consider the royals important in any sense, apart from the fact that they're sponging off the rest of us, and they've got weird, freaky ideas like King Sausage Fingers. So what's all this about Andrew? People are interested in Andrew. Why? It's just prurient interest, about a pedo. He's a pedo, so what? There's loads of them around.
Yeah, I mean, it's more grist to the mill with regards to him. He was in a bad place already, and this is just more shit shoveled on top of him. So, his days seem to definitely be numbered. There's no coming back from this for him. I don't think.
He'll be right. He'll be right.
Will he though? I don't know. Maybe not. It could get a lot worse for him.
Well, it won't get worse for him like he's sleeping in a doorway like our veterans.
No, but he might. Yeah. He'll probably. I suppose generally speaking, he'll be all right.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, it's quite interesting. I mean, out of him and Mandelson, the two main ones featured in the news, this whole thing surrounding Mandelson is the fact that there's a lot of news outlets saying this could be the actual the straw that broke the camel's back for Starmer and his leadership.
That's good, but
it's good. Yeah.
Who's coming after Starmer? Again, this is a theatre show. One walks off the stage. The audience gulp and cry excitedly, and some other twant walks on the stage to continue the same bullshit. This is not,
But it's the process that one way or another is going to happen. It's just the timing of it, isn't it?
Starmer
will be gone at some point or another, just to be replaced. So it's like the sooner the better, because it's got to happen anyway. So the sooner it happens, the better,
Yeah,
so then we can move on to the next fake puppet and then have them exposed.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I mean, Mandelson's always been a wrong, and people have known this. It's a weird. It's not an error of judgment. Starmer knows everything. Yeah. Don't tell me he's being naive. He's the least naive person ever. He's a cunning snake. Yeah, and he's got a load of people's skeletons in his closet, and he knows about them. He knows about Mandelson. Someone told him to put Mandelson in charge.
Of course. I mean, all this denial about, he lied to me. He lied.
Oh.
It's just absolute bullshit. I mean, if the three of us, I mean, I know what I can remember thinking when Mandelson was appointed into this government by Starmer. I was thinking, basically, WTF? What the hell? This guy is back again. I mean, this guy was disgraced when he was involved in Tony Blair's government, had to resign, and then Gordon Brown took over from Blair and brought him back again, and then he had to resign again, right?
Yep.
And now a third time. It's like, I mean, we're not even involved in government or know any of these people, and we're all thinking, what the hell? This guy is an absolute wrong-un. There's no way this guy should be anywhere near power, and Starmer's bringing it back. And if we know that, then of course Starmer knows that,
the elite love him, though. The elite love him. They love. I mean, I remember one of my jobs. My previous job, Alistair Campbell paid a lot of money to do speaking engagements. Management would come back. Oh, Alistair was wonderful. I'm thinking, no, he's not. He's a liar and a war criminal.
Yeah.
What the hell? Where's, I feel like saying, excuse me, mate, you just dropped your moral compass. It's down there somewhere. You better find it.
I think you both have missed the point. I'm sat here quietly thinking I had so much to talk about tonight, but now I think it's all gone out, because I hear that you two, I can hear that it's just the same out there. No one understands what's going on, or maybe it's just gone too far. I don't know, but why this? Of course, this isn't about Mandelson, and also the only reason that you think this is about Mandelson is because you're British. If you're Australian, they don't even know who Mandelson is. They're talking about their politicians. If you're American, they're talking about Obama, Hillary Clinton. You've missed the point. This isn't about him. It's about Keir Starmer, and it's not even about Keir Starmer. The Epstein files coming out is about the world. It's telling everyone that we're being controlled by. You said just then, Viv, you said, I don't know, it's just a bunch of wrong-uns. And again, I think you've missed the point. These aren't just wrong-uns. When you read through the files, And as I was saying to Bronze earlier, I'm not even looking at the obvious stuff. I'm not typing in anything to do with children. I'm not typing in anything to do
No.
idiot, because I genuinely can't take that stuff. But I'm looking at the more obscure words. Like I looked up Satan, QAnon, free energy, Tom Hanks, 23andMe, the island, stem cells, free energy. Oh yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, I think you guys are missing the point that it's more of, I know it's cliche because it is Q, but it's the Great Awakening. It's the fact that you're right. We all knew about Mandelson, so you have to go, well, actually, then what is this really about? What it's really about is that we don't really know who Starmer is because he's a lawyer, and well, us three are different. We look into stuff, but I mean, as a generalization of public, and so. Slowly, we've got to the point where no one likes the Conservatives, and then we've got Labour in, and now everyone's going to dislike the Labour. But even worse than that, we're going to have, we're going to have stories of torture, not just the PDF files, but in a way that why I can't look at the files because I've got PTSD, and it's more. Yeah. Yeah, I want people to know that this is more crazy than. I was in the army, so I've seen. You would have thought I've seen some horrific stuff, but I've got to say, like, this is the worst stuff that you can ever see.
Yeah.
Don't ever sort of like. I don't know if I have to cut that out when we put it up or not.
Yeah. I know what that
There's
is.
words like that. Yeah, if you look into it, it's so. I think that's why I'm excited, because I realised that, yes, I proclaim to say that I follow Q and I have faith in Q and I believe in Q, but I think, again, it was another kick up my arse to say that, it's not an easy job to change a ruling system.
Yeah, I've taken all your points. I've listened carefully to that, and you do have a point. And I am guilty of being very provincial, just looking at, it's Starmer and Mandelson and Prince Charles. The Andrew formerly known as Prince. And yeah, you're right. This is a worldwide thing, isn't it? I mean, I've noticed Noam Chomsky was mentioned. They're trying to whitewash Chomsky's attendance. And people are beginning to say, oh, I just went there. I had dinner. I didn't go to the island. Oh, I didn't do anything there. Well, you're quite right. Actually, this is. I'm taking a little. I'm in reverse gear a bit. Something Starmer knows about. Yes, it is showing. If people get it, though, that they're saying that the politicians, the celebrities, these are all controlled.
Yeah. And I mean, on this particular download, there was 3 million odd, whatever it was, 3 million odd files that have been released. Apparently, there's another 2 million to come, and prior to that, there was about 1.5 million, I think it was, that were released. So even with everyone knowing about it, it's still going to take months of going through stuff to find everything that's in there. But I was going to say, do you guys? And for anyone listening into this, do you guys know how to even access the files and how to look through them and stuff?
No, I don't.
So I'll say it's because I'm a numbers man, even though I get the numbers wrong all the time, and I had to correct something I said the other week with numbers. But anyway, it's a numbers game. The more people that look into this, the more stuff we'll find. So I think if you are listening to us and you don't know how to look at the Epstein files, go to your browser and just type in justice.gov/Epstein. So that's JUSTICE.gov/ is it a / or a /? Oh God, I don't know.
Leaning to the right is a /
leaning to the right. Cool, yeah. And then EPSTEIN. Yeah. And then when you put that'll bring you up to the government site, and then you just to confirm that you're 18, and there's a little search bar, and you can just type whatever word, whatever phrase you want into that, and the AI program will go through those 3 million files and bring up anything in there that has that phrase or that word that you've typed in.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for that, 4D. Oh, now I'm sounding really cynical. I know.
No, not at all, bud. Not at all.
But
I really wanted to get that across because I think, like I say, there was so much. I've been searching on it just today, and for instance, nothing to do with Michael Jackson, nothing to do with the dodgy stuff with children. But I suddenly found myself looking at an email from someone in the Justice Department to an FBI agent explaining how stuff about the Michael Jackson porn magazine that apparently they all know about, and it's a porn magazine with children. And I guess that was yeah, man. And I've always thought that Michael Jackson was okay, and it was all made up. I've always thought, oh, he couldn't have been that bad. Well, there's another one down the drain for you as well. But that's just me.
Yeah, but maybe they named it. Maybe somebody named it that. Or was it his? Is it provably his magazine? And
well, again, see, a lot of this that it's not provable. It's just stuff in the files, So I don't know if that magazine and that file that was in there was just by a random person. That's not true. That is one of the downsides. Let's be honest. It's just a load of files to look through. You don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying in that respect, but.
It's really interesting, actually. Okay.
And it's and obviously the for obvious reasons, everyone's interested in not interested. Everyone's disturbed by the sexual nature of the Epstein files. But if you just type in things like, for instance, stem cells, because I know that, or we've heard that Epstein was very much into eugenics, very much into human control, free energy, Nikola Tesla stuff and all that. So yeah, stem cells, that's mentioned 223 times. The island is mentioned 17,295 times. QAnon is mentioned 64 times. Free energy is mentioned 74 times. There was some really interesting stuff about free energy. Again, I'm pretty sure that must be obvious that it's real now as well. It's so much about that.
That's really good work, actually. Yeah. If anyone is listening, and I'm sure some people are, if you want to research that, you now have the means to do so.
And I think stand by for some huge names and some huge news coming out over the next coming weeks.
It's just incredible, really, isn't it, when you think about it? Now, I'm going to ask a question, and it's probably unanswerable. When Epstein started out as a young man, he didn't seem to have a great deal of money, and suddenly he buys an island, or somehow he gets an island, and he's so influential. All these people visit. Who is this man, and who is he working for?
See, there's a long answer to this, in as much as right. So there was one of the threads from the Q days that was talking about spotters. I don't think this is actually a Q post, but it was a thread that came from some of the Q stuff. So, and this was, I think it was spoke of by the ex-copper called John. Forgotten his name. Spotters. That
British
apparently,
copper.
Yeah, British copper. That we spoke about him recently because he's come out.
Oh yeah. He's got that kind of thin face. Yeah. I know. I can see his face now.
And he was talking about spotters, and spotters are these people that are, I guess, employed by some kind of deep state operative. That in every school in the UK there is what's called a spotter, and a spotter's job is to notice kids that are vulnerable for sexual pleasure for adults, vulnerable for experimental purposes, vulnerable for sexual purposes. Oh, sorry, I mentioned that. But basically, how does someone like that end up buying an island? Because I think it's deeper than just the UK people in schools. I think they've been been embedded in us in a deep way for decades now. And so every single child that's born in England, they have a written down psychoanalysis of what potentials that child holds. And if they realize that they're particularly clever, maybe there are things in our genes, maybe there are things in our blood that proves that we're from particular bloodlines, maybe there are cleverer people and fitter people, or maybe it is just a genome of accidents and potentials, but they know how to get those accidents and potentials. And I think if that was what your question was around, I think they noticed at the age of 3. They then feed him the right things to his feed, because again we will watch YouTube, but I think we're deliberately fed what we're fed to. They want to make Viv more angry about community living, so they deliberately send Viv loads of stuff that drives them crazy. Me the same, whatever, blah blah blah. I think that's what they do to us all, and I think that's how he got there. That there was maybe something special about him. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no doubt that, and there's absolutely no doubt that the content we receive. I mean, we choose content, of course, but other content is tailored to us. There's no doubt about that. We can see that even on Amazon. You can even talk in the room, and Alexa or one of these things picks up. That I'm talking about, I don't know, clocks, and then I get a load of adverts for clocks.
Yeah.
So we know that. We know that the electronic devices take our pictures, they listen to us. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's sinister, though, as hell. It's damn sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's no secret that they have algorithms. We get locked into algorithms by our habits, our online habits, social media. That's no secret at all.
Yeah,
that's a widely accepted fact.
Yeah, of course.
That you show an interest in something, and then you'll get that in your timeline. They'll think,
yeah, totally.
Viv's been looking at videos of cute cats, and then you'll get bombarded. Your timeline will be bombarded with videos of cute cats.
And also, like how is it that we never accidentally hear of all these victims? Because we're talking hundreds of thousands of victims just of the Epstein files, and you say to yourself, okay, so why don't we hear about any of these victims? Because they're very good at hunting you down before you make any. This is another thing that the average person doesn't understand. There's nothing special about me, but I am convinced that the arrests, the beatings I got from the police, and they were true beatings. I've been arrested. I feel freer to say these things now. After the Epstein files, I think I've realised that we are coming to an end of all this. But just because I spoke about Bosnia, because I spoke about Operation Dragon's Fire, because I said that I believe energy weapons were used in Bosnia, and I think that's what they used in the Twin Towers or some format of that, I don't know, because of the amount of death I saw out there that I still find very hard to understand. I don't think I've actually spoke to you too about it, because again, there are things that I just, because it makes me sound too crazy, and I have to be careful in this.
I just dropped out then. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You there?
Yeah, I dropped out. I'm back. I was saying, man, this is mate. This is a crazy world. It's dark. It is. It's so dark, isn't it?
I think, again, like all of us, I think we accidentally find ourselves in situations. I accidentally found myself in the situation I found myself in, saw things that maybe I shouldn't have seen, maybe I wasn't privy to, or maybe they just don't care. Because I do think also, as crazy as it might sound, but I've got mixed memories of Bosnia. I've got memories that don't belong. I think I might have briefly touched on this before, but if there is such a thing as mind control, I believe that has been done to me. I can't prove it. It's why I don't talk about it that much, because it does make me sound crazy. But there were pyramids in Bosnia that we don't talk about. Why were we digging up pyramids? Why was we told that we were hunting down drug barons? Why did I see more ethnic cleansing and more dead bodies than I ever want to see again? I've only seen the things I saw. I've only seen in pictures from the Second World War, and yet no one knows what happened in Bosnia. But I was there. It was really, really bad. So yeah, you just realise that we have been really, really controlled. Really controlled. I don't know what to what ends. That's my big question. I don't know why. What's the reason? What's the ultimate why? Is it really God and the devil? Is it really just aliens controlling us? Every time I come up with one of my answers, I think that just sounds too stupid. It sounds too blasé. It sounds too ridiculous. I don't know what the means to the end is, I must admit.
Well, it sounds ridiculous because that is a manifestation of the system of control. That is part of it. You know, it could be a spiritual thing. It could be like you said, God, devil thing. It could be aliens. But when you talk about them, you just feel so stupid because you've been programmed to think that way, and everybody else has been programmed to ridicule you if you start talking about them. And maybe that's because they're maybe close to the truth. If you know, why would people be made to ridicule an idea if it was just meaningless? So,
and why does a nation of ex-soldiers that were at one point trusted to have a gun in their hand, now so crazy and just drunks that they must not be telling the truth, and just leave them alone, they're crazy? Or ex-police officers, because again, there's a lot of ex-police officers that talk about the crime in the police force, but again, it's like, he's an ex-police officer, he probably wasn't very good, bless him. No, it's the opposite way around.
Well, I mean, there is an ex-police officer who's making quite good progress with regards to child sexual abuse in this country. It's a woman called Maggie Oliver.
Yes,
I've heard.
She's quite high profile, and she's doing a lot of good work with regards to that and all of the rape gangs. So she's obviously a thorn in their side.
John Wedger, that was the copper's name that just flashed up in my head. Yeah, there are people out there. There's lots of people that are getting involved.
They're just not getting. I mean, she tends to get Maggie Oliver tends to get a bit of airtime on channels like GB News and Talk. And although they are still mainstream and they're basically gatekeepers, they are kind of closer to putting out. They're a bit closer to the truth than most of the other mainstream outlets. So yeah, I mean they do kind of push the boundaries occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. I'm sorry I'm quiet. I'm just having a nightmare with the Royal Mail. I'm just typing them an email, but I'm listening at the same time. I'm so sorry.
Well, what's your nightmare with the Royal Mail, Viv?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but my Royal Mail is being deliberately destroyed for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think I've said this before, and I don't want to derail the conversation at all. We can go back to what we were talking about.
No, so I fancy a change of subject anyway. I'm not really in the mood for talking too much about the whole Epstein thing at the moment.
Dark, isn't it? It's damn dark. Yeah. It's really made me think what 4D just said, though. Really has. I am being.
Listen to him. He's a lunatic. Can't you tell he's a lunatic?
He's a conspiraloon. Yeah. I know. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'll think about this. I will think about what you said, 4D, indeed. And I widen my perspective. It's a little bit narrow, isn't it, really?
No, not at all. That's the point of our conversations, I think.
Yeah. I agree. No, I ordered something, and it's been delivered by Royal Mail. I was here. They arrived at 7 o'clock. They sent a message through, a note through my door saying we knocked, and you weren't in. I had the light
don't
on.
get me started on that. Yes.
Yeah.
What
I had the light on.
wankers.
Wankers, man. Yeah, and I've just sent a message to the Royal Mail saying you weren't in. I said I was in. I left the light on, and if the person knocked, that must have been a mouse who'd had his paws cut off and was scraping his blooded hands against the door in a hurricane, because I didn't hear a bloody thing, mate.
Well, no, I sit here, and the amount of times they throw that stupid piece of paper through your door saying we knocked, you weren't in, and I hear the letterbox open, I see the little paper come through, and half an hour later I go and get it, and I think you absolute wanker.
Well,
you're lucky to even get those from them. I don't even get those. I don't even get the little note through the letterbox saying that we called when there's no answer. But I mean, the thing is, if they do that, I mean, Viv, right? In your case, so you were there. You would have heard them if they'd knocked, right?
Well, I think so. Yeah.
So why didn't they knock? They obviously didn't knock. Why didn't they knock?
Well, maybe they did.
Yeah, no.
It takes too long. It takes too long.
You can watch them. They walk to the door. They put the parcel on the ground, and they turn around and they walk away. If they don't want to wait for more than 5 seconds, that's the problem.
Yeah, but they didn't put it on the ground, mate.
Yeah,
they didn't even deliver it.
But even that annoys me when they just leave it outside your door, and it's like anybody can come along and just nick it. It's like,
no, you know my flat. No one's going to nick it here. No one's going to nick it. I've already spent the thing.
In the pouring rain, they do it as well, though. They do it in the pouring
mate. I know.
Yeah.
I'd rather they left it here than, because at least with some of the other delivery companies, they will wrap it. They put a bit of plastic over it. I mean, I hate to mention the name that begins with A and ends with N, but they do wrap your deliveries in plastic if you're not there and it's raining. And I don't like using that company, but what?
I'm dyslexic. Telling me the first letter and the last letter is no good to me, mate.
It's a rainforest. It's a rainforest, isn't it?
It's a rainforest in Brazil.
Oh, got you. Yeah, got you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use them because I don't have an account with them, because I looked at signing up to get an account with them, and they wanted like every single last detail about my personal life just to create an account.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I thought, no, I'm not going to give you all that credit. Don't need all of that just for me to sign up to use your service. So I didn't. So yeah, I took exception to that.
I've already told the Royal Mail. I've already put this. Like if I'm not there, mate. Yes, leave it by the door. You've been to my flat. You know my place. It's perfectly safe. There's my mate lives next door. There is no danger here. It's up a load of stairs. No one's going to come wandering around. Just leave it outside, you muppets.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, Royal Mail is one of the ones I find are better than the other ones. You got a lot of these independent ones which are even worse. I've had stuff just go missing with them. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any record. We don't have any. Blah blah blah. Royal Mail tends to be a bit more reliable. But like I said, I don't even get that. You get the email when you order something, and you get the email. Yeah, it'll be it's coming, and it's tracking, and it's in our sorting office here, and it'll be with you between these hours on this date. And you say, okay, great, and then it doesn't turn up. And they say, oh, if it doesn't turn up, you can, if you miss it, you can just come to the sorting office, bring the card that they left you, and come to the sorting office to pick it up. And it's like, they didn't even leave a bloody card. What am I supposed to do? It's ridiculous.
It's also dispiriting, isn't it?
It's so annoying. Yeah, it's really annoying.
Brings you down. You don't need this shit. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just stand outside the door? I didn't even know they were coming around today. What am I supposed to do? Read my book outside the door? Yeah, or
and hope they turn up.
Yeah. So I've just put the thing on my door as well. That's why I'm a little bit late joining you fellas. Just with a big old thing saying, just leave it outside the door. Just leave it outside the door. Why are you doing this? What's the point of this? I honestly can't understand the point. You know, why come here and then take it away again?
I know.
Yeah. God, things. Honestly, people, things did used to work in this country. I remember a time when we lived by the customer was always right. You'd have a polite queue in a shop at the customer services, and you'd have people shouting at them, and they'd get their money back, and the queue would slowly go down. There was no shouting in the queue. There was no arguing. Everyone got their stuff, and things just worked around the country. And it's, as Viv said, like nothing works. And I think it just brings you down so bad in your mental state that they've just got us all perpetually suicidal.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not quite prepared to top myself because I shouldn't have gone that far. But no, because you said because but you know, it's cumulative. It just builds up like you know, like lime scale in a kettle, and eventually the kettle stops working. Eventually, you will sink into despair. You think nothing works. What's happened to this country? What is going on? Technology is going to make your life easier. No, it's not. We know it's not now, but we were told us this lie, another lie. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been trying. I had to call my local council about something today, and of course I knew I'd be on hold for about half an hour to start with. So I thought, okay. So I rang them up, and of course go through all of the options process. Push 1 for this, push 2 for that, blah 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 blah. Go through all that, then you get the banal soul destroying music for 20 minutes. Then eventually I got through to someone. And he said, "Oh no, this is the wrong department. I have to transfer you." And I'm like, "But I just followed all the instructions." He said, "Yeah, I know. Sometimes there's a technical glitch. It puts you through to the wrong person." And I'm like, "Okay." So then he sent me back, and I just went straight back to the original options thing, which I first got. Yeah. And so I had to go through all that again. And then I'm sort of waiting again for 20, 30 minutes. And then I get a recorded message coming up saying, "Oh, we can call you back if you don't want to wait, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, do that." And so I then just give them a phone number to call back. I was like, okay, I don't have to sit by my phone. And of course, nothing for the rest of the day. Did I get a call back? No, not at all. So I'm going to have to go through the whole bloody process tomorrow again. It's just ridiculous, you know? It's really crazy.
Yeah, I know.
You can't.
It really is.
You to go online, you know, go online. You can probably find what you want online. Go, you know, create an account. And it's like, no, I don't want to create an account. I don't want to go online. I want to speak to a human being. You know, oh, God, so frustrating.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, everybody kind of the attitude of people is a lot different these days, which doesn't help. Everyone has the kind of attitude that life owes them something. You know, they don't have to, which is partly right. And also, there's so many more people now than there used to be. That everything, all the services, public services, are becoming overwhelmed. And of course, we have all of the technology now, all of these phone systems, which try and put you through to the right department by going through all of these options, which just adds to the frustration. And quite often, I mean, I've been on hold waiting to speak to somebody for like a couple of hours just for the thing to then hang up. You know,
Yeah,
it's just like what are you supposed to do, really? You know, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
I know. And what gets to me is I'm part of this whole process. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you are. Yeah. Blame you, Viv. It's all your fault.
Yeah, it is my fault. Yeah.
I told you about my neighbour. She's a good friend of mine. And I was saying that I think it was the beginning of October. She had this very strong radioactive pill thing for her Graves' disease. she and I know she'll be listening to this, so I've got to be careful what I say anyway, because it's my good friend and I don't want to say anything wrong. But she said, "Oh, you can bring this up with those guys." Yeah, so she took this tablet in October that her doctor had given her something to do with her situation, and it's one of those radioactive pills that does all sorts of crap to your body. But beginning of October, she still hasn't seen a doctor, not even a question, not a phone call, nothing to check that she's still alive. And since things have got really bad, she was losing her energy, and she was saying to me she was getting cloudy, her thoughts were cloudy and stuff. But for the last, over a week now, she hasn't been able to get out of bed. I've spoke to her twice, and again, I'm not trying to be rude, my love, but when I talk to you, it's almost like she's had a stroke. Her speech is very laboured, and she was explaining to me that it was tiring to talk. And look at me, I'm trying to be a doctor, and this is the problem with our fucking world today: is the doctors aren't helping her. She can barely get out of bed now. She said she's got no energy, and if she talks, her face starts to drop. So it's not like a stroke, it's just an energy depletion kind of thing. And just literally sleeping for 24 hours at a time. What? And I said to her, have you spoke to the doctor? She called the doctor on Monday, and the advice was to just keep herself hydrated and take it easy and just relax. What the fuck is going on, guys?
Well, it sounds very much. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but from what I've heard, that sounds like sort of how you feel when you've got radiation sickness. You just become very, very weak.
Yeah,
and everything is a struggle. I don't know if that is the reason why, but that's kind of where my mind goes to with that. And I mean, it's the doctor's just saying that is just absolutely outrageous. They're not doing anything to help her at all. She needs someone to come and visit her and to look after her.
Yeah, that was more to the point. I suppose it wasn't really looking for a diagnosis. It was like looking at the idea that since October, no one is interested in her. Are they literally just letting us die?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they are.
As I've said before, I suspect that's what happened to both my parents when they got ill.
Right.
And my mum. They put my mum down, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, man. God.
Yeah. I know.
We've got a fucking lot of healing to do. I notice I'm swearing more. I've got to stop swearing.
Yeah, I am as well. You're right. Yeah.
I do like to use this show as the grown-up version of me, and I don't like to swear on this.
Well, just to change the subject again, and maybe on a bit of a lighter note, something I wanted to ask you for, D. You're a Star Wars guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah, loved it.
You loved it? Okay, because I've just started watching it. I'm just sort of almost at the end of the first series, and I don't really know what to make of it, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay, that's an interest. Are you into Star Wars, the original stuff?
Yeah.
Well, so it's got that.
Yeah, I mean Star Wars. I mean they completely ruined it. They completely destroyed it. But yeah, generally the original Star Wars. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I was quite interested to see what that was like. But yeah, I mean it's okay. I wouldn't say it's essential viewing. Maybe it'll kind of pick up a bit in the next couple of series, but it seems a little bit slow and a little bit kind of I don't quite know. It's a bit. Don't quite know, how many. Remind me
how many seasons are there of that? Is it
2? 3? I think it's 3, isn't it? Or is it more?
Right. Well, definitely. Once you get past the first season, I enjoyed the first season, but it starts to really pick up after that. Actually,
right. Okay.
I like it. I think it kind of goes back to that original. I've always thought that Star Wars was a cross between a Western and a sci-fi. And I think that's what I really liked about The Mandalorian is it's kind of very, Western gunslinger, man on his own with a mission. And then for me, if you're saving a man, saving a child, and you've got me all day long, fucking, it's a beautiful storyline.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna I'm going to carry on watching it, but I didn't quite know. Maybe my expectations of it were slightly different. But
I've got to say, I don't think I've liked hardly anything that they've brought out with Star Wars, and the Mandalorian was about the only thing I've really, really enjoyed. So, but everyone takes what they take from it.
I mean, have you seen Rogue One?
Yeah, what did I think of that? I liked. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That they didn't really ruin that one, I suppose.
No, and the Solo, a Star Wars story, that was another film they did, wasn't it? Where it's about the young Han Solo.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah,
yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it?
Little young Chewie in that cell, all of it. Yeah, I suppose when I was a child, the reason I've always said the reason I got into Star Wars was because it was so out there. It was we'd never seen anything like it before. There were creatures that you'd never thought up in your wildest dreams, like the whole J.R. Tolkien Hobbit thing. It was something new. What I found with the new Star Wars stuff is that it's just like there's in one of the films they go to this off-world place for bad people, and it's just a massive casino, and it just looks like any casino on Earth with Earthlings gambling. And I just thought you couldn't even come up with something different with a bunch of people playing cards in a casino. Oh, thanks for that. That's rubbish. I want to be taken away. I want to have my mind blown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars, the original one when it first came out, was groundbreaking, and that's what made it so interesting. But I was always a bit more of a Star Trek person. I mean, I did like Star Wars, but and it's really it's so heartbreaking that they did exactly the same thing to Star Trek that they did to Star Wars. They completely ruined it. They wokeified it. They went completely DEI bonkers and just ruined it completely. I know. So both of them, they completely destroyed, and it's really annoying. But yeah. But I'll tell you something else I've been watching as well, which is quite good, and that is Slow Horses. Do you know that?
No.
No, I don't know.
Slow Horses. Have you not heard of it?
No,
not even heard of it. No.
Oh right, okay. Well, I'd recommend it. I would recommend it. It's starring Gary Oldman. It's a series. And it's this group of it's this faction of MI5 agents who have been sidelined for kind of falling afoul of the hierarchy, basically, and they've been shunted off into this little group called they're nicknamed Slow Horses, and they get all the menial and boring tasks. They don't get any of the really good stuff, that you'd expect from being in MI5. And Gary Oldman is the guy who runs this little sort of this little group, and his character is brilliant. It's worth watching just for him because he is excellent.
He's a great actor, actually.
Yeah. He is. I mean, he plays his character who runs the Slow Horses department. He's a character called Jackson Lamb, and he's really obnoxious. He's obnoxious. He's kind of like a burnt out old school agent. Drinks too much, smokes too much. He's got hygiene problems, treats everyone like shit, has really bad lifestyle, eats crap all the time. Really, just really not many redeeming qualities at all. But he's still pretty sharp. He's still kind of like ahead of the game. And
I'm getting flavors of John le Carre, the writer.
Smiley. There might be kind of strains of that in it. Maybe a bit of a modern day thing. I don't know. I've never read or seen any of the John le Carre stuff, but
Oldman was in a quite a recent. Well, I say recent. I don't know. Actually, time's moving fast. It may be years ago now. He was in film adaptation of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Oh, was he? Because that was originally Alec Guinness, wasn't it? Who was in that?
Yeah,
the original one. Yeah. And I did actually think about digging that one out and trying to find that and watching that. Something I might do. Yeah.
I've not seen either of them, but I did really enjoy reading the le Carre's book. I thought that was really good. I mean, he's an interesting bloke. Le Carre, put it that way. He's put it that way. He was involved in Secret Services, so he knows his stuff.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would recommend Slow Horses. It's a little bit. Some of the plot lines are a bit.
Slow.
No. They're a bit kind of state narrative propaganda sort of storylines. And there is a little bit of wokeness here and there, but generally, it's Gary Oldman makes it worthwhile. Gary Oldman's just excellent. It's worth watching just for him and the character. It's really good.
He is really good. He is very good, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's based in London as well, shot in London. So for me, it's always quite interesting when I see something filmed in London, trying to recognise all the places, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also got Kristen Scott Thomas.
Yeah, I like it when it does. Well, I like it when it does.
Yeah. It's got Kristen Scott Thomas and a few others. But yeah, it's all right. It's good. It's good. So that's what I've been watching this week mainly.
Do you know, as we're talking about watching stuff, do you know what I've been catching up? I might have mentioned it, but Police Academy. I've been watching the old Police Academy films.
What are they up to now? Police Academy 113 or something?
Yeah. Well, I think there's 7. I think there's 7 films. I've watched 1 and 2. Rewatched 1 and 2, and yeah, their comedy still works. It's still very bizarre and very out there, but it's very Airplane sort of Naked Gun, isn't it? It's that sort of humor.
Yeah, it's I know what you mean. I tried to watch Airplane again recently, and although it was hilarious when I first saw it, it's kind of the humor hasn't got that much depth. And you kind of watch it again, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you know, you kind of seen it once and that's it, and you've seen it, you know. Didn't really make me laugh anymore.
Oh, really? That sort of stupid, not think about humour still makes me laugh, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. They do make me laugh. You know, it does make me laugh. It's so silly.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't find it funny. It's just once you've seen it once, it's never quite the same. You know, it's never quite hits the mark again for me.
Yeah,
I still, as soon as I hear the Blue Oyster Bar, I still just crack up laughing because I know whatever's going to happen. And
the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah, from don't tell me you don't remember the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy.
No, I don't. It's been years. Since I watched any of those movies.
And that's the tune you hear, and you just know. Oh well, if you don't know, yeah. But the Blue Oyster was the gay biker club that always ends up helping them or saving them in some way, or getting the bad police commissioner in trouble. Like they're the comic, the gay comic relief for the films, I think.
All right.
I'm surprised you can't remember it because it's kind of a running theme through the films.
Yeah, well, I think I've only ever watched one, the first one, or maybe 2 of them, and that was a long time ago. And probably I've not repeat watched them, so it's not something which is really sort of stuck in my head.
Oh well, I'd recommend rewatching those. Then you might find a reinvigoration of laughter from it. I don't know.
Okay. So Viv,
yeah,
I think it's time for Viv's Bookshelf, isn't it?
Okay.
What have you been reading this week, Viv?
I finished the Patricia Highsmith biography. Poor woman, mental, really mental. You know, learnt a lot about sort of a type of human, you know, sort of human nature here. The sort of person that believes in romantic love, but every single time she gets involved, it all goes badly, tits up. And I think even at the end of her life, finally she realizes she's one of these people that is meant to live alone. That it's just not going to work. She wants other people, but they can't live together. They just cannot live together, you know, and she chooses the wrong person constantly because she's got an idealized idea. She loves the idea of love, but the reality doesn't work for her, and it leads from one ruined relationship to the next, and on it goes. So I finished that, and I did learn a lot.
So would you say that she's to blame for those failures?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but also the people she chose. So she's choosing people who are deliberately gonna mess her up as well. But she chose them. They didn't choose her.
Right,
She did get people obsessively after her, but no, she was to blame, really, I'm afraid to say. Yeah, she's to blame.
It's whether she knew it or not. Because I was going to say, it sounds like my life. I think I said that last time, that I've never been good at choosing the right partner. And everyone around me used to say, "For God's sake, 40, it was obvious such and such was." And I used to say, "Well, I never saw it." You know.
Yeah. I know.
She was one of those hopeless romantics looking in all the wrong places.
Totally. And even if she did, she'd still find a way to mess it up. Yeah. So I read that. I finished. I read very quickly a short stories by a completely forgotten writer called Celia Fremlin, who writes weird horror stories, I suppose you could call them, but not in the traditional sense. Just stories of disquiet in domestic English environments. You know, weirdness of modern. Well, it's written in 1970, but the strangeness of modern living. Children crying, strange children, driving their parents mad, that kind of thing, you know. So I finished that, which is pretty interesting. It's funny how many writers there must be who are unknown and forgotten. Struck me, you know. I'd only heard about her from God knows where. Oh, they said she was the British Patricia Highsmith, which isn't quite true, but yeah, I get the comparison. And then I'm sorry, 4D, I haven't continued yet with Lord of the Rings. That's still there on the back burner. And I've been reading Kenneth Williams' diaries as well. Poor old Kenneth, but perhaps we'll touch on that later.
Yeah. There's no point in you reading it if you're not up for it, because it just wouldn't be right anyway. So yeah. Wait till you're free for it. That's Lord of the Rings.
You're absolutely right. During the Christmas period when I started, I was totally into it, and then just like, I don't know who said this, but life gets in the way, doesn't it? So I'm like a little gadfly. I'm thinking, oh, what's this book? Oh, this one. Oh, you know, I mean, the number of books I've started and they're still on the go is ridiculous now. But I will make a real effort with that, and I think I just need a bit of time, and I need to be in the right mood to just really sit down and read it. Maybe go down the Dove, the pub, my local, which we went to the other time last year. Maybe just sit there with a pint reading it. I don't know, but you're right.
It's funny, in the art world, I'm terrible at finishing things, and I decided to just do a really simple colouring in, which I don't normally do. I normally do something of my own creation, but I thought I'm just going to do something simple, sit there and colour it, and I'm not going to finish until I finish this actual page. And I've been doing it for weeks, because I do a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's driving me crazy. But it's kind of now become a test to myself that I've got to learn to do things when I want to do them, get them to the end, and then start the next thing. I'm really bad at that. I get halfway through it, and then I think, oh, that was really good. Now I'm going to do this. And I never get round to finishing the first thing I did.
I know.
It's one of my nightmares, actually.
Yeah, I'm like that with musical ideas as well. I start off, I get an idea and I'm really enthused about it, and I get it up and running. And then I kind of sort of run out of steam, and then get distracted and start doing something else, and it never goes any further.
Yeah. So we've got reading, music, and art all doing the same here.
Yeah, I've been trying to revisit some of my old ideas over the last few weeks. Actually, try and get some of them finished. and actually get them finished and put them up somewhere. Probably I might start another Rumble channel and just start putting little ideas up there, just for my own amusement more than anything.
Yeah,
do it.
I might actually put, because the music that we use for this is a section of a longer thing I had knocking around for ages, and I may just resurrect that and put the full version of that out as well.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, give me something to do, something to focus on, because I'm always like, it's we all kind of get distracted, as you say, Viv, life gets in the way of what we really want to do, and for me it's always been music, and I kind of get stuck in a rut just working, and I get sort of distracted away from doing music, and I always kind of end up realizing it and coming back to it and kind of thinking, no, this is what I should be doing, what I really want to do, which is music. I should be spending more time and focusing more time on doing that. So I'm kind of trying to get back to that now, get back into that frame of mind.
Yeah.
Yep, good. Yeah, very good. Well, what else? Well, I could mention that the new Archbishop of Canterbury has been installed. Sorry, not installed. That's the wrong word. That would be too. That would be too privileged. No, she's been instituted or whatever, and we wonder why nobody goes to Church of England churches anymore. And she's a very good reason why. She's a very good example.
Yeah, isn't she just another woke idiot?
Yes. Yeah.
She wants to, just completely destroy any semblance of what the church should actually be about in this modern day and age.
Well, that's her idea. That's the idea.
Putting rainbow flags up everywhere, I guess, and things along those lines.
Yeah,
politicizing it and wokeifying it.
Basically, welcome everyone except traditional Anglicans.
The great replacement theory.
Yeah. So that struck me today. That's another aspect. I don't want to be too down on all this. Come on. But even so, you think, my God, has every institution been captured by this nonsense?
Yes, is the answer.
I'm afraid so. Yeah, I'm afraid so. That's the thing. It's not just a few crazy people. It's the whole establishment, the whole ruling establishment. Everything we know, everything is involved. Yep.
And it's absolutely incredible. Do they really believe this?
No, they don't. I'm not
so sure.
Yeah, it's a means to an end, but it's not necessarily the end is not necessarily the means that they are saying that it is, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And most of them are just doing it. Most of them are just doing it under kind of financial penalty.
Yeah.
We'll give you this money if you toe the line, and if you don't, we won't give you the money. We need the money. Okay, we better do as I said.
That's what I believe. I was thinking that as well. My trudge back in the dreary, bloody rain under the grey dome. Where this weather is coming from, I do not know, but it's here. And I was thinking, and if your paycheck depends on something, it's like a scientist as well, so-called scientists. You're going to give them the results they want. You're going to give the paymasters what they want. It's like me saying, well, I think this AI is shit. Well, that's not what they want to hear. But I can afford to do that because my salary doesn't depend on me slagging off the new telephone system. But your salary is going to depend on if they see a scientific report that says, well, actually, vaccines are pretty shit and they're harmful and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Oh dear. well, Pfizer and Moderna and all that lot, they're not gonna pay you, are they? They're not gonna pay for that.
It's a great way of looking at it. Is, it's all obvious that COVID was some sort of a lie now. Well, look at all the doctors and nurses that just went along with it. As I've always said, they were either very, very stupid or they were getting money out of it. That's the only two reasons you do that, because it was obvious to me. And I'm not a doctor. I've never trained to be a nurse or a doctor. I'm not extremely clever. And I worked out, so why couldn't they work out? Do you know what? It's like the vetting when Starmer says, and obviously we know that he's lying, but the idea that he says, well, we vetted him and he lied to us. What are you saying? That I've been vetted for a job working with children a couple of years ago around here. The vetting was absolutely crazy. There's no way I could have done anything to have even been anywhere near any of them. But you're telling me that our best minds, our most advanced spy organisation couldn't work out that he was a wrong un.
Well, that's the point. He shouldn't have even been in the vetting process in the first place.
No,
he shouldn't have even been considered in the first place, let alone get through to a point where they can vet him.
If we knew you as the Dark Lord, if had introduced me as
the Prince of Darkness,
and then he said, do you fancy going over to see the Prince of Darkness? We're going to go and see some children. I would have gone, nah, I don't think so, mate. No, I'll miss it this time. So these idiots, the general public knew how bad it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely just bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I do wonder, I was thinking, actually, I was having a thought this week. I didn't really reach any conclusions about it, but I was thinking about people who still vote for these legacy parties, who still support and vote for the Labour Party or Conservatives. And I'm thinking, what is it that which makes these people still vote for them? Right?
Yeah.
Is it a lack of intelligence? Because, I mean, maybe I'm speaking from a point of the three of us. We're more or less, in the same place with regards to our outlook on this, and maybe we've become a bit too complacent in our position here, because we're kind of taking it for granted that they are completely worthless and useless. These mainstream parties, and there's no way that we would ever vote for them ever in a million years.
No.
And to think of somebody else still willingly voting for them and thinking that it's what they're doing is good, it is so difficult for us, or for me at least, to get my head around what is that thought process. And I'm kind of thinking, why is it? What is it about people that they still think that that's okay? Is it a lack of intelligence, or is it something else? What is it?
Shall I go first?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, there's a pretty big drop in the people voting for these legacy parties. It's been dropping year by year by year. You look at the figures from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and then it hits the 90s. And now, in the second quarter we're entered of the 21st century, they're falling, they're dropping. Secondly, Mum and Dad voted for them. Yeah, Granny voted for them. I love Granny. My granny, she voted Labour all her life. Thirdly, so it's like a family thing. Mum and Dad, they've always done this, and the children continue. And then thirdly, people are financially involved in these parties, and they're voting for them, and they've got quite a lot of people who are making money. Like when they started paying councillors, well, there's councillors' families. There's politicians' families. There's all these political, these NGOs as well. Thirdly, there are statists. These people support the state, and they don't realise how damaging the state has been to this country for a very, very long number of years. They just think, it's like, I saw a sign today saying trans rights now. And I'm thinking, well, what, you need the government to give you rights? They can give you them, but they can just as easily take them away. You're pleading to a bully state.
I mean, to that point, what rights do they not have?
Well,
they have right. They have every right that everyone else has.
more so.
Yeah. But okay. I mean, you kind of made 3 points there, Viv. The one about being financially benefited from it. Okay, that is a reason. Okay, but that's not for everybody. And the other two is like, well, maybe your family, it's been in your family for generations. And the other one is maybe, people believe in the state and, they're statists. But are those two examples not stupidity? Are those two examples not a lack of intelligence?
Well, it's conditioning. People are conditioned. It doesn't mean they're stupid necessarily, but there are also.
If you're intelligent, can you not see through that though? This is the thing.
But you see, I have a theory that very intelligent people can also be very stupid.
Okay. But when you say intelligent, are you sure you don't mean educated rather than intelligent?
I would also mean educated, but they're not synonymous, are they? I mean, you can be very intelligent. All the intelligent people I know, not all of them, but a lot of them work like me with kind of in factory jobs. I mean, my job's an office, but it's also a modern factory. They work with their hands. I would suppose you used to call them working class people. I know a few other people who are managerial and all that, but those are the people I would say are intelligent, smart. They have folk wisdom. They have nous. Nous is very important. If you know how to do something, that makes you, in a sense, intelligent. But intelligence is an odd thing. It's really hard to describe, isn't it? I mean, we've got IQ tests. That's supposed to measure intelligence. But it just means you can pass an IQ test, in a sense.
Yeah. That again is not really a fail-safe means of judging intelligence, in my opinion. Maybe an aspect of intelligence, but not intelligence.
Yeah, an aspect, definitely. I mean, I'd go back to the ancient Greeks who had different words about knowledge.
Oh, did you cut out? You've cut out again, Viv.
Yeah. Politicians don't have experience. It doesn't, and that doesn't increase their knowledge, and therefore it hampers their intelligence.
Yeah, you cut out for a bit there, Viv. Didn't get all of that you said.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, take politicians, and they don't have much knowledge. All they know is the backstabbings and Machiavellian aspect of politics and how to get by in politics. But their knowledge, their overall knowledge, is not necessarily broad. So they're a bit hampered there. Does that make them intelligent, or does that make them cunning, which is different to intelligent, isn't it?
Well, I suppose, yeah. I mean, I suppose cunning is a type of intelligence, isn't it? That's another aspect of intelligence.
Yeah. You could call it instinct as well. So I don't know.
Yeah. So why? So yeah. I mean, so even these people who, they'll vote for a particular party because it's been in their family for generations, so they're kind of sort of programmed in that way. But even if they see the country going to shit, and they can kind of recognize that whether you vote for blue or red, either one has failed us. And I know, yes, a lot more people are kind of wising up and not voting anymore. That is a growing number of disaffected voters, but there are still the people who still do believe in the vote and believe that one of these two parties is the right thing to do.
Yeah, the keyword is belief.
Sorry,
the keyword there is belief. They're true believers.
Yeah, but it must be. I don't know. Are they kind of just willfully ignorant to how the country is just falling apart?
No, they believe in the system. They believe that if their side gets in, everything will be all right.
Yeah, so but we've had that. We've had the Tories for 14 years, and that wasn't all right. And now we've got Labour, and we've barely had what? How long have they been in power? A year or so, and they're obviously not all right. So where does that leave the true believer on either side?
It just means mistakes were made. We could have done better, and we'll do better next time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not. My question of is that a lack of intelligence still hasn't really been answered though. Unfortunately,
no, I know. I
It
know.
does seem like a really stupid frame of mind to me.
Yeah.
I always go back to the COVID years. If you think there's any intelligence in this country, why was our whole country a bunch of idiots thinking that a mask was going to save them, even though the air was all around them? I still today get people going, well, oh yeah, but it was the droplets, wasn't it? It was the droplets. We had to stop the droplets. Or, oh yeah, but sneezing, wasn't it? We had to wear the mask for sneezing. No, you're all morons. You're all thick as fuck. And I get upset by how stupid people are, but all of them, like, you just see them walking past you and you think, you are thick as pig shit.
That is a good point, actually. COVID was really did sort of bring everything into sharp relief. But I still can't believe that although the vast majority of people fell for the con and fell for the propaganda and fell for the brainwashing, that not every single one of those people was unintelligent. I still can't, I'm sure there were a lot of those people were what you would call intelligent people, but they still fell for it.
Belief in experts is another one. Belief in experts. How many people visit doctors and the doctor's looking down at his iPad, and what he's doing is checking his bank balance, and then in comes another person who's going to add to that bank balance, and that the doctor says, oh, I think you're going to need statins now. I think we're going to have to give you this. We're going to have to give you that. Oh, yes. And they say, oh, thank you, doctor, and they believe in the doctor, but the doctor's just making money off them. They're drug pushers. Would they go down? You might as well go down to the street corner and get a bag of weed.
So so these people have another way of maybe putting it is these people, they may not be unintelligent, but they've just failed to use their intelligence.
Yeah. Their critical thought has failed. They've outsourced their critical thought to someone else called a doctor.
Yeah.
So it's been outsourced. They're not using their God-given powers of critique to say, well, hang on, something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Like in COVID, one of the things I thought after about a month, I thought something is very, very badly wrong. Very badly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider myself to be especially intelligent. I mean, I'm not thick. I'd say I'm probably about average, maybe slightly above average intelligence. And it didn't fool me right from the beginning. I kind of knew something was wrong. And as did all three of us, obviously, for our own reasons.
Yeah.
So it didn't take a great deal of intelligence to realise that something was not right about all of that.
And there's a belief in legacy parties as well. Sorry to go on about this, but it's interesting. It's really interesting what you said about why do people keep on voting. Well, people keep on voting. People think, oh, the Labour Party is for the party of the working man and woman. And then another lot will say, oh, the Conservative Party is the party of the managerial class and the entrepreneurs. They don't realise the entrepreneurs are being knocked out. The small businesses are being put down. The Labour Party despises the working class and doesn't have hardly a single member of Parliament who comes from working class origins, despite the nonsense that Starmer puts out, being son of a tool maker. Yeah, but he made a tool. I know that. But,
Yeah. So I mean, maybe it is the spell, isn't it? They've put a spell on us over a long period of time.
Yep, they have,
and it's just enchanted. It's just put too many people to sleep.
Yep, we need the state. We need a government. Whereas what we need is a community. We need friends. We need family. We need ourselves to think, to use discrimination, to use our will and our free will.
Well, yeah, people have become lazy. I think not necessarily physically lazy, but intellectually lazy and mentally lazy. And they've just stopped using their brains, stopped thinking about things which need to be thought about.
And I'm not slagging off people as well who are on benefits, not at all. But there is this idea that the government will do something for you. What are you going to do for me? The government's doing stuff for itself and its mates and its sponsors and its backers. And it's also its globalist masters. It's not doing anything for you, mate, who've just lost your job. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, well, everything that it appears to do to help you is actually really just to help itself at the end of the day.
Yep.
Well, it's another interesting part of the UK. as someone who is on benefits and was thrown on them in 2012 with the promise of getting me through my PTSD, doing some work on me, and then I'll be back into the workforce and all good. It's all a lie. They want us out of work, and I don't even know why. I don't know what maybe it is the dumbing down of us all or whatever, or making you more depressed, but they make no effort to actually get me back into work. You'd think that they'd want me not taking the taxpayer's dollar. You'd think they'd want to make their life easier, because it would be easier if we were all working. So I don't know what the reasoning is, other than thinking that it is a deliberate dumbing down and make us all hate each other. And
it's dependence as well, isn't it? As long as you're reliant on handouts from the state, you're completely dependent on them, which means they have complete control over you.
They are really stupid. If they think that's all it takes, they really are stupid. Then
for some people, that is all it takes.
Well, it's not all it takes, but that's not the only area they operate in, is it? With regards to that?
No, because there's so many people who are making money. I mean, it's like when we talk about the immigration thing, and they think, well, why are the people coming here? But don't think about that. Think about who's profiting. Think about Serco and ClearSpring and all those companies that are making a fortune. Private landlords, they're hotel keepers. They're making a fortune from this. So, and likewise, people are making money from people who are dependent on the state. There's social workers coming around. There's people working in benefits offices, in employment offices. They are all living on the back of people who are dependent or who are in receipt of benefits. People need benefits. I'm not denying that.
I saw somebody talking about I can't remember where it was now. It was earlier on today, something I was watching, and it was about the whole situation in the US. Okay, and I guess it could very easily be that there could very easily be a parallel to this country. And they were talking about all the waste and fraud and just money which is being, fraudulently, used. And they said if they could cut all that out, then they estimated that people earning up to what was the figure now? $500,000 a year. Was it 500,000? Oh no, it's quite a high amount, or maybe was it 50,000? Might have been $50,000 a year. They would not need to pay tax, because all of the spending would be covered, because of all of that money that is being wasted. Is that much it could cover the national debt, and people earning up to a certain amount wouldn't have to pay taxes. And I'm sure, and it was quite a substantial amount. It was really, really big amount, and I'm sure it's the same in this country. If taxpayers' money wasn't wasted and just thrown away and whatever and laundered or whatever, this country could be the same. We could have people probably earning up to £50,000 a year who wouldn't have to pay tax, and there would still be enough money for national spending to cover everything.
Easy.
Yeah.
The amount of wasted money, wasted taxpayers' money is that much. It is so huge that just stopping it all could change everything.
Easy. And when the other thing about your point about people voting is, don't forget the NHS is one of the 10th largest employers in the world, and I'm not saying everyone in the NHS votes for the Labour Party, but a lot of them do.
Yeah.
So that's another level of dependency, in a sense, on the munificence of the state and paying out.
It's very short-sighted, though, isn't it? It's very short-sighted.
Yeah.
Because it's very like, okay, well, Labour, with Labour, they're always going to put money into the NHS. So, and that's good for me because I work for the NHS, so I'm going to vote for them.
That's right.
But it never makes any difference. It doesn't matter how much money's pumped into the NHS. It never makes any real difference because it all gets wasted.
It gets worse. It's worse now.
It gets worse, yeah.
It's worse.
Well, it's not money that's the issue with the NHS. It needs reform. It needs really completely, stripping right back and starting again and rebuilding. It's so bloated and inefficient, and it's just completely wrong.
Totally. I mean, it's pushing the appointment levels by percentage of the Chinese Red Army. Of the, you know,
it's really sad to think about it because the NHS could be an amazing thing. It could be absolutely amazing if
yeah,
it was run properly, but it's not. It's completely abused, and it's such a waste. Such a shame.
yeah, and it's propagandized. Remember the rainbows? Remember the banging on pots? The rainbows. They use the rainbows slogan now. The symbol. You know, banging on pots. It's inclusive. Bollocks it is. You try and get a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Not that you should. I would advise people to stay way clear of most doctors. I mean, unless you have to. I know 4D has to, and I understand that. But
this is why earlier I was saying about my neighbour. This is why, or it's a large reason why she won't talk to a doctor. She's one of the ones that realised how wrong it all was, and now is like me, petrified of going to see a doctor.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared of them as well.
It's terrible. Like, if you really need help, where do you go? You know,
A&E. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, but you're still but it's still the same as going to see a doctor, though, isn't it? It's the same thing.
I was going to say A&E. That's just as bad, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, but for trauma, I'm thinking of trauma injury. Broken bones. Last time I went to the NHS was with cracked ribs, and I was a bit worried. And I know it needn't be worried, but they just give you an X-ray and they reassure you, which a doctor can't do. And the doctor would say, "Oh, well, I think we can get an appointment for you in 6 months."
Yeah, I've got to say, last time I was in A&E, I broke my collarbone. This is going back probably about 25 years ago, and went to A&E, and I was there for about 3 or 4 hours. But they eventually took me and X-rayed me. Said, "Yeah, you broke your collarbone." And that was it. And they were good, actually. Apart from the time I waited, they were pretty good. I didn't have much. I didn't have anything, anything bad to report about them.
Yeah, I mean, there was no one there. I was pretty seen within an hour, but that was during COVID, so no one else was there. And they did ask me to. They asked me to put a mask on. I said, "No, I'm not doing that."
During COVID, you're in a hospital during COVID, and there's no one there.
Yeah, I know, no one there. So I was seen pretty quick. I mean, what I'd done was I'd just come back from a Freedom March, and it's true, I was dancing around to old sort of disco classics, and it's true, drink was taken. I fell over and cracked my ribs. All right.
Oh well. Well, at least you had a fairly decent reason. At least you didn't do it like getting out of the bath or something, or slipping over in the shower or whatever.
Nah, it's just dancing like a loon to Shalimar or whatever it was. I don't know, Michael Jackson or something.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's 10 o'clock already. So if you want to squeeze some Kenneth in.
My God.
Yes, you said you've been reading his diaries.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Depressing.
Yeah, but also funny. He's very loyal to his friends. He's very good with the Carry On crew. He's a lovey, isn't he? He's an actor. But he takes work where he can get it. He's quite discriminating with work. He likes films because it doesn't have to repeat. But at stage work, he's slagging off because it has to go on every bloody night, But he'll say things like, practically all of my existence has lived at one or sometimes several removes from reality.
Yeah.
And by reality, I mean what seems to happen in the lives of people. And I lack the capacity to physically share a relationship with anyone. Every time I've got near to it, I've been overwhelmed by pity, utter pathos of people, and I can't adore what I pity. It's kind of philosophical as well, really, But he's a miserable git.
Yeah, so he's saying he every time he tried to have a relationship with someone, he was just pitiful of them. Is that what he said? He just felt too much.
He just feels pity for humanity, really.
Oh, really? That's weird. That's kind of weird, isn't it? That's a bit of a strange one.
Well, it means that he's depressed and he feels really sad about humanity. And
yeah, it's kind of like a psychological barrier. It sounds like that he's putting up.
It is. It is. It is. He says, every time I've got near to it, i.e. a relationship, I've been overwhelmed by pity for the utter pathos of people, and I can't adore where I pity. Yeah. Only love can redeem our ugliness. Only great love can purge our ugly thoughts, he says. But never found it. Didn't seem to actually have a physical relationship with anyone. It does talk a lot in the diaries, quite amusingly, about having a Barclays.
Barclays.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he uses the term Barclays.
All right.
But,
I've only just realised what you're talking about.
Yeah. You know,
a bit slow tonight.
Some cockney rhyming slang there.
Yeah.
I think I was drifting off because I was thinking the more I hear about Kenneth Williams, it scares me because I think I'm him. I'm single. I pity the world. Damn, I've got to sort my shit out quickly.
Because I read that passage and I thought I'll read this to the lads tonight. You know, but dear, you know, and that's only in 1972. He had decades left to live. You know, so he's always like that. He's always been like that, and he loved his mum, of course. He's always talking about going out with his mum. They're buying clothes and all this. But he really despises the BBC as well. It's a constant moan about how shit the BBC is.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. He's not one of the liberal lovies.
Well, it's clear that, or not clear, but I guess that he never wanted to be a comedian. I think he wanted to be a serious actor, and because they didn't take him seriously, and he became the butt of everyone's joke and the gay guy joke guy. I think he did it because everyone liked it, but he just resented himself for doing it, didn't he?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I have thought about that. It's hard to say. He's a really complicated person. So I just really don't know. He seems to have an absolute ball doing the carry-on stuff. He doesn't seem, you know, like he should be doing Shakespeare or whatever. But he is again, back to that word. He's really intelligent, and his writing is very good. You know, he's very philosophical. But I just don't know. I mean, he had a good living. So I don't think so much that, there is a point. I mean, he'll go and see films. He goes to the theatre, he goes to see films, and he'll often just walk out. And in this one, 1975, went to see Blowout at the Continental Cinema, left after about 40 minutes of boring rubbish.
Yep, it sounds like me. Yep.
You know, but then he sees Louis, his mum, and we watched Hawaii Five-0 and a very good series called Rising Damp, with Leonard Rossiter being quite brilliant. What a lovely actor.
Is that what he wrote?
Yeah.
Some bipolar going on there, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kenneth Williams and Hawaii Five-0 is not really two things that I would consider together in the same thought.
No, I never thought about this, but the films he goes to see, he, for example, he absolutely loved Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood. You know, the vigilante cop.
Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I can kind of get Rising Damp because that was really good. That was very funny with Leonard Ross. And Leonard Rossiter was a very well-established sort of a comedic actor, wasn't he? He was very well respected.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny reading people's lives, and it's his diary as well. And he wrote it for himself. He wrote a very good entry saying how the diary is for yourself. You know, and it shows up not only you write it for events, but also you look back and you realize the mistakes you've made, and you try and correct those mistakes, and you still make the same mistakes, but you carry on. You know, that kind of thing. I'm thinking, yeah, poor old Kenneth, but I don't know. I feel a lot of sympathy for him, actually. Especially, I mean, he may not have been suited for relationships, I think. You know? He seems happiest on his own. He's just happiest on his own.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's kind of social conditioning, you know. It's like everybody is expected to be in a relationship, you know, and there is this thing, like, if you're not in a relationship, that there's somehow something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? What do you mean you're not in a relationship? You're single, you know? It's and it's like, who's to say that is how everybody should be?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking, Kenneth, I'm pretty glad you didn't, actually. I'm not sure if anyone could handle you. You know?
Yeah. You know, there's always going to be. I mean, obviously, for the whole thing about the you know, procreation, the continuance of society. You know, men and women do need to create children, but it doesn't necessarily mean that every single person is right for that role. I
mean, Kenneth Williams had plenty of opportunities, and I believe in his diaries he would have mentioned this. I mean, he used to go to Tangier, and street boys would be offering themselves to him, and he'd go home and he'd decline. He'd go home and write in his diary, you know, that he declined. He just would say things like, "I am just not interested. I'm not interested." Funny fella, but yeah, much loved. I mean, we also forget, I think, public persona is different to the private actual reality. So he had this wacky persona. He talks about filming things like Carry On Doctor, and how he thought he was really bad in it, but you know, his legacy says otherwise. He was, you know, people loved his performance. So there's a self-doubt as well, but he trudged along, you know, went through life. He bought a lot of drugs, a lot of entries about him buying drugs in chemists, you know, sleeping pills, such like sedatives. Yeah, and drank a lot as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go.
So again, what year did he die? Was it in the 80s, 1980s, was it, or later than that?
No, I think it was, yeah. Well, let me just find out. Believed to commit suicide. Can't prove it, though. 88, yeah. 88.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Definitely a unique individual. No doubt about
you're
that.
a very unique person. All these people we're looking at, all these stars, they all served in the army. Williams was in the army in the Second World War. You know, all of them, Sid James, etc. A lot of them, most of them served in the army.
Yeah.
Must have affected them a lot as well, you know. I dare say.
Well, yeah. I mean, the war was probably a defining factor in the whole of society. I would say nobody was left unaffected by that. You know, who lived through it.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And he would have been 100 on the 22nd of February.
This year.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's quite apt. You could have celebrated your birthday with him, Viv. Not that you would be 100, but
no.
That reminds me. Oh no, that'd be right later on. Yeah.
What?
No, I said to you guys, I put a message. Did any of you want to have a chat at the weekend? But none of you saw the message.
No. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. What was that about?
That was about, I was going to see if Viv wanted us to go up for his birthday.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm all right actually. I just don't celebrate it, you see, as you can imagine. I just really don't. That's really kind of you to say that, actually. But I'm gonna have a day on my own. On
Yeah,
the on the Saturday.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I don't celebrate my birthday either, so I get that. That's no problem.
So, but that was very kind indeed. Yeah. But no, I'm taking the Friday off. They've actually given me the time off.
Hey.
So I don't know. I'll just stay on my own. I'll just potter around, I suppose, read, whatever I do. But that's very kind of you. But come up later. Come up when the weather's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do this sometime in the spring. Maybe April or May sometime. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, that'll be fine. We're doing a stand. We're doing a trip with Stand. We're going up to, well, don't know yet, but Sharon's going that she's sorting somewhere out, maybe in Norfolk, maybe Hunstanton in Norfolk. We're all going up there if we can.
As well, like a day trip kind of thing.
No, it's going to be a weekend. It's going to be 3 nights away.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're going to have a mad time. Well, I don't know what we're doing, but I don't know. Who knows? Don't know what's going.
You'll go and stand in their parks for a change instead of your park.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that. I don't know what the idea is, but it's just to have a bit of fun, a day away, a bit of a break, all that, you know.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Well, listen, guys. It's been an interesting chat. I've got to do my usual and go to the toilet. So.
Yeah. All right. We'll put that up tomorrow. Yeah.
All righty. So is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, I think so. It's gone a bit beyond our normal knocking off time. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I've got to be honest. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I think I've just had one of those weeks. I'm not really into anything at the moment. So I'm just going to leave that there and say, yeah, it's been one of them weeks, and I look forward to it being a different week next week and me being in a bit of a different frame of mind, I think.
Yeah, I really feel that as well. I really do feel
too,
that every day. Yeah. I really do. I really do. It's the weather, it doesn't help.
I don't know what it is.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah, I just feel very kind of, I don't know what it is, just low energy, low motivation. I just don't feel infused about anything at the moment, to be honest. It's
no.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. But yeah, hopefully things will pick up next week.
I just feel enthused about finishing the job and coming home and being by myself.
Yeah.
And that would be a Kenneth Williams thing as well.
We're all turning into Kenneth Williams.
Yeah, I know. Oh God! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this sounds too morbid, but if we're all sounding like Kenneth Williams, I really do hope you're both here next week. And on that note, I'll wish you a good evening.
I'll just end on this one. What do vampires and Gladys Knight have in common?
Go on.
They're both Gladys Knight.
Very good.
With that, I shall bid you farewell and speak to you next week.
Well, bless you, Jesus. Good night. Have a lovely week, eh? Do the best you can. Keep on keeping on.
You're voluntary?
Mm-hmm.
Scanlon? Billy, for Christ's sakes, you must be committed, right?
No.
You're just a young kid. What are you doing here? You ought to be out in a convertible, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver. What are you doing here, for Christ's sake? What's so funny about that?
Well,
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake? Crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not. You're no crazier than the average asshole out walking around on the streets, and that's it. Jesus Christ, I can't even believe it.